Alright, welcome back to Genshin, everybody, for the second time this week. And today we're going to be covering the boss fight, or the weekly boss fight, that is unlocked after you finish the Archon Quest Act 5, and specifically for Mavuika's talent, which you can find here. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This boss fight is kind of a mess. Me and Sunway were probably brainstorming things for about 4 hours and testing things and trial and erroring and everything. And he went ahead and already uploaded his, which you can see on the top right. But I decided to hold off because I felt like something was not right. But anyway, so the reason why I label this boss a mess is that it combines a lot of the negative things about Natlan and in the game as a whole and makes it into a boss. And if you don't want to hear this garbage or whatever, me like kind of ranting because I love doing this, you can skip to this timestamp. But to those who actually want to hear me out, basically the reason why I don't like this boss is because it combines tankiness, it combines Natlan unit requirements, along with another game that also I have come to stop playing. I'll begin with point number one. Number one is that it is very tanky. And level 90 or whatnot, the weekly boss is, I think, on par with Arlecchino. And Arlecchino at level 90 was at like upwards of 2 million HP or something like that. It's crazy. And the second point is that it mandates, at least somewhat mandates, a Natlan unit. So, if any of you remember this boss fight, the Tenebris Papilla, or Papilla, it has a Void Shield mechanic in which that if you don't fill up, it will just nuke the arena. And that is also applied to 4 different moves in this fight in which don't repeat themselves. So if you miss the DPS phase or choose to forego it, that attack will no longer happen in the fight anymore. So you are actually out of a DPS phase, and some of them are just really hard to get to. Like, for example, look at this one. This one is Rings of Fire, in which that he slams down a bunch of fire. And the thing is, if you're that far away because you didn't want to get hit in the beginning of the fight, by the time you reach that area, if you don't have Chasca, caveman or cavewoman wife, by the way, you literally can't take advantage of this unless if you were already tanking things in the beginning. So you see, the problem here is just that you either are in the front waving your stick around trying to get every piece of damage in while tanking the damage or getting shielded, and then you find yourself having to go through this DPS phase in which that your shields are probably almost gone, you're already low HP, and either or you're probably just trying your best to abuse heals or shields, which I feel like is really bad boss design, because mechanics are there for a reason. That's one of Genshin's sort of like positives, I feel, is that a lot of people that may not be the best built could use mechanics of a boss to their advantage and actually give them DPS phases. But this boss fight either punishes you for doing so or punishes you for not doing so. So it's really, I really question why this boss was designed the way it was. And I understand that they're compensating by giving you a really strong traveler, but like, I feel like it shouldn't have been the case, you know. Anyway, it's just a massive clusterfuck, and I really am disappointed with how this boss fight is. Like, in comparison, the way that I complain about this boss, throw that completely out the window. This boss is actually giving me a migraine. And the third gripe that I have with this boss is that it literally has RNG attacks and or flies around everywhere for no reason. People thought Abyss Serpent was bad, even though it wasn't. Like, this takes it to a whole nother level, and it just makes me like, oh my gosh. And it combines the bad aspect of leaving like damaging things on the floor with Signora as well. So you can't, there's no positive to this boss fight. It's just something that I really don't like. But you know what? I'm here for you, the viewer, who is getting stuck on this boss fight, or maybe just wants a better way to understand it. That's what me and Sunway are doing, and we're here to do it free to play. So, let's begin, shall we? So, again, you just walk up here, you give your salutes to Capitano, if you know, you know. And I'm going to do level 70 because I don't want to bore you to death by doing a level 80 or 90 run, because there's just way too much HP and too little moves to show. And by the way, it's RNG, so if there actually is something that isn't shown, I will show it. But when we do the fight, unfortunately, we cannot use Biker Wife, so we're going to have to go and use, well, fortunately, I'm going to whip out my wife. I'm going to bring around Amber. Where's she at? Amber, there you are. So we're going to do a double Geo, double Pyro lineup. And again, this is just speaking for free-to-play units, but obviously if you have Natlan units like Shalonin, if you have Mavuika, if you've got Kanish, go ahead and use them because they're going to come in handy quite a lot. But for the sake of being free-to-play, we're going to keep this strictly with guaranteed units. So Lynette with 2 N's, Amber, my wife, Noelle, and Kachina, my child. So with Lynette, we are using Pyro Traveler this time because they're going to be doing a lot of the mechanics work and the damage. So we're going to use the Sword of Resistant Cruise, and we actually have a 4-piece Gladiator set this time, not 4-piece Noblesse. What a surprise. The crit rate is 1 to 2, so it's like kind of okay, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure one of these things gives me crit rate right there. So, so I have more of a 70-140 kind of thing. So that's great. Thank you, game. With Amber, we're gonna have a very simple build. Nothing really changes. It's just a slingshot along with a 4-piece Wanderer's Troop. She's not really even here to do any damage really, but she is here to help with the mechanics because the Void Shield mechanic is very annoying. With Noelle, she's going to be our second sort of DPS, mainly just to help us save time, really. She has a White Blind along with 4-piece Gladiator. She is C6, but again, she's not going to be the main damage dealer here because that is unrealistic, so don't worry about that. And Kachina here, my daughter, is going to be using a White Tassel, even though that you technically don't really need to worry about this because she's also just here for mechanics abusing. And Husk of Opulent Dreams, again, I should be using something else, but I am not. So that's about it. And again, don't forget, this doesn't mean that you have to use these units. It's just to show you that if I can do it with the guaranteed units, and then you can replace my units with whoever you see fit and try to replicate what I'm doing. Let's begin. Okay, so when you first begin the fight, don't forget, before you even begin, food is available in this game. This is not Spiral Abyss. So if you want to increase, say, like your crit rate, go right ahead. And let's say that you don't want to die in 2 hits. You can get yourself something like these little candied nuts and go right ahead. Begin with phase 1. And let's see what he does. Alright, so here he's going to slam massive thing. Don't get too close, by the way, because that is not accurate. You will actually still get hit. But here you can actually stay back. He doesn't actually reach you. But then he'll do some Wuthering Waves bullshit. And then he's going to hardcore slice here. Two times. 2 times. And here he's going to teleport again. Or he's just going to do an attack like this. Okay, so this one, he's going to summon this like fog. Grab your Pyro Traveler. Clear the smoke screen. Just kind of do this. Swipe at him. Go home. And luckily here, usually it's even worse, but if you happen to be like unlucky with his teleportation, you'll end up putting a pyro field in the front and you're just going to take unnecessary damage. It's very annoying. Alright, cool. So here he's going to teleport away, and most likely he's going to do this black hole like rain thing, and what happens is that you should probably get close to him over here, and it'll reduce your chances of getting hit by them. But unfortunately, you can see I still got hit. And once he's done with this, move over to your left, because he's going to chop the arena in half, and then if you don't get far away enough, it'll explode and do a lot of damage to you if you don't have a defense scaling unit. But even then, they'll still hurt. So now he has officially entered phase 2. He has split the blade in 2, and he's going to do this double plunge move, and it's really fast, so dodge fast. Because if you don't, you're going to get caught off guard. So you can do some damage here. And most likely, I'm going to enter the Vortex phase. So here you can see Noelle. I have my shield up because this is unnecessary damage. I'm going to get one of these totems broken. It recharges your energy like this. And then you can break everything here. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to launch Turbo Trolley here. And then I'm going to use Amber to do the rest here. And boom. And then let's see if I can get this done. There we go. Free DPS phase. Although you did have to take some damage, which is annoying. So here, we're going to do a bunch of damage. And now, since I've reduced his HP to under 50%, he's going to enter phase 3, in which that he's going to go around and summon a bunch of explosions, like this. So you see here, he's going to swipe, and then he's going to charge at you. The second charge is actually pretty easily dodgeable, but in general, I wouldn't give this boss the benefit of the doubt. And unfortunately, I got unlucky there. I wasn't paying attention, I was talking, and I just kind of ate shit there. But luckily, Noelle is the best maid, so she doesn't actually give a shit. And so here, he's going to do one of this like feather moves, as I like to call it, or as someone likes to call it. He just kind of rains down a bunch of stuff. He can do some damage here. And because now we have reached phase 3, we actually cannot get more than one more DPS phase. And the DPS phase is actually the very quick one that's very easy to overlook. So you should pay attention to the health bar up here when it does happen. So he's going to twirl, he's going to disappear, do Wuthering Waves bullshit, he's going to slam down on me one more time. Bam! Alright, cool. I'm going to go over here, and because I'm not entering the Vortex phase anymore, I'm going to just do my shit however I see fit. Let's see if he actually does the thing. I think it's this one? Let me see. No, it's not. This is just more of this feather thing. It's not a huge deal. I'm going to shield up real quick. I want to see if he does. Come on. Give it to me. I beckon you. Okay, he's going to slam down. Alright, pussy. There we go. You gotta do this fast. If you don't do it... Oh no! My internet! My internet! No! My internet! My internet! My internet! No! You can see that it builds up really quick though. So it's like a 10-second thing. Yeah, so be careful with that. But essentially, let's skip to the end of the fight because my internet just died and I need to show you what's up. So I'll be right back. Because those things do stack. Look how much damage my Traveler is taking. It's crazy. And this is the damage phase here. Luckily, we managed to stop him there, but if you don't stop him there and it builds up very, very, very quickly, there we go. So you can see here, that was about half the moves. So I will go back and do the fight again. Alrighty, round 2. And here, he's going to throw down the 4 ball, like I mentioned. You can just dash out of them. Pretty simple. He'll lunge at you, won't actually hit you. But then he'll spawn behind you. And then you do a massive swipe. And I want him to do the attack that he didn't do before, which is this, right here. You see how I dash out of that, but my ping is a little high? I just took damage anyway. So the problem here is that unless if you're ballsy enough to rush at him with Chasca or something, guaranteed you have to just lose this DPS phase. So he'll never do this attack ever again. And the biggest problem is that you just lost out on a DPS phase. See what I mean? And also, by the way, I framed out of that. It may have looked like I actually wasn't going to get hit there, but if I didn't dash, I actually would have exploded. And I'll show you what I mean right now. Yep. So, good luck with that, I guess. Again, so wait for the things to fall. It's about done. Move over to the left. And you can avoid this massive explosion, which is caused by this whole thing. Pretty cool. Alright, and here we go. We're going to enter this phase. We're going to grab Kachina over here. Recharge my energy. There we go. 2, 4, 5. Thank you, Amber. There we go. Grab this, and we begin. And from here, you have seen everything this boss has to offer. I'll show you how to do it actually with a actual team. Anyway, I'm gonna bring Cave Woman Wife along with Pyro Traveler since you will actually need them.
这次又是谁在闹事？
And then with Shalonen, let's replace her with Farina.
希望是一次尽兴的旅途。
Alright, bring him out.
纵然
You can fly over the AoEs, which is great.
锁定全弹发射，
闪耀时刻，
A lot of damage already. Yep. So again, Chasca out.
时机正好，时机正好。
固若金汤。
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
开火，
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
时
Shoot.
机正好，
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Shoot. And then just get anyone, and you're good.
此乃天道。
烽烟巨破，
Man, look at her. Look at her. She knows. She knows what she is. She knows what she is. She's my Natlan wife. Anyway,
要起风了。
that's it. That's all I got for you. Good luck, everybody. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But in general, I don't know. Do you agree with my assessment of this boss? Do you like this boss? Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you hate this boss? Anyway. Alright. That's all I got for you. Good luck, because you'll need it.